Oh, and I can't back out of... It did this earlier. I don't know what's happening. I can't back out of combat mode. Yeah, it was doing this earlier, and I don't understand why. I might have a weird bug again. Okay, hold on. I might have to delete like the latest version or two and go back. Because it was doing this thing earlier. And I thought I fixed it off stream right before I was supposed to start. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, my microphone's over here. It's probably making me sound a little weird, a little muffled. There we go. Hey, your mic is away from your mouth. Yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, I didn't see that before I thought of that. Okay, yeah, these are all autosaves. Why? That's weird. I'm going into this one. Something I did is possibly breaking it. We're gonna try it like this and see what happens. Because this one should be working. I might need to change a thing in the code. In the script. Right now it's triggering itself. And I think that's a no-no. Pretty sure if you trigger a custom event inside of a custom event, it's no good. But yeah, I messaged you in your Discord about that same bug. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I see it now. Why did it not update? Now I've got messages from you and Aaron. But yeah. Go to play mode, it won't allow you to switch back to monitor mode, and it disconnects me from the server. Not sure what that's about. Yeah, I think it has to do with my script. I think I made the script wrong. Because I made the script to where if a variable is true, then it goes one direction. If it's false, or if a variable is, okay, here, I'll show you. I'll just show you in the script because it's right here. So, let's see if we can make mouse and keyboard. So at the beginning here, I made this branch. And I basically said, if match scale, which is this one, is more than 1, right, is higher than 1, then go ahead and do this code. Otherwise, run this one. And it worked fine whenever I adjusted this to, you know, to 2 just now. And I was going to leave it that way until I could fix it. But I think that I need to actually delete this, which is fine. It'll just keep it going. Because I was going to fix it by deleting that and changing how the code worked a little bit. I was going to reference a different script, and then that script was going to go through and then reference back to this one. So this should work and be just fine. And the elevator should raise up to the 4v4 position that you had it at before, where you had to clamor. But I actually accidentally, maybe even, you see how there's that corner there, that little slope? You can now you know, crouch jump onto it, which might be cool. Whoops, that normally does not miss. I was just dumb. There we go. And that works. It doesn't bug out there anymore, and this works. And then there's over here. So yeah, and of course from up here you can just jump up. So everything works back to how it was. Dying. Why are you dying? Wait, is the stream dying? Or are you dying? Are you trying to warn me that the stream is dying in some way? Stream health says excellent connection. So I'm hoping that that's not the stream that you're talking about. But yeah. Yeah, so y'all saw, I'm sure, the news about Joseph Staten and them. Me, gotcha. It's pretty crazy. We knew that Joseph Staten was, you know, gone, but like now it's Frank O'Connor as well, which is crazy. And the people who are like hashtag Fire343 are finally getting their way, apparently, because like everybody who's anybody at 343 is disappearing very quickly. But yeah, stream is fine though. Cool. How are you? How are you, Aaron? Why are you dying? What's going on? Are you dying of boredom? Or are you dying because you, like, ate something wrong or something? Like, is it an allergy? Or something like that? Or what's going on? Okay, if I snap this one to... Oh, there's no snapping point there, I see. That's why. Okay, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these directions. What's the best way to lay this out so that I can have them so I don't have any clipping? I would say have one... I would say reduce that down so that this corner is the point that this goes on. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Tired. Gotcha. Yeah. I know the feeling. But yeah. So how do you guys feel about Frank O'Connor leaving? Went to bed at 11 a.m. Nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty modest time, right? Yeah. 11 a.m. is in like you stayed up all night till 11 a.m. the next day and then went to bed. Nice. Nice. So I don't know how to feel about Frankie leaving personally. This is one thing. So Frankie is, you know, he's back there during the original stuff, right? And he was head of creative, so there's a good chance that this is once again another thing saying, yeah, they're not going to be coming out with any other campaign, and who knows what they're going to do with the storyline, you know, right now. Like, everyone likes the plot, everyone, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I think it's good. Let's see. Yeah, I was up all night forging with Green on Unique's new high ground Discord. Nice. Oh, you sent a cool. Yes. Ooh, nice. Okay, let me pull it over there real quick. But first, I'm clearing out that notification about the fact that my stream went live in my own Discord. But yeah, okay. So boom. Let's do this. Music started just at the right time to show this off. Oh, I did actually see this on Twitter. I didn't realize that you were helping with this. That's awesome. Maybe you were the one who tweeted it, and I'm just being dumb. But I did see you. I did see this post here on maybe it was Green. I think it was Green who posted it. This looks really awesome. I can't wait until that water can be water. All of our maps are going to get upgraded exponentially. I was just messing around killing bots on Unique's Pit, earlier. Green tweeted it. I took the video. Nice. Yeah, the Pit, like all of Green, all of what do you call it? Unique stuff are Unique and Green and Aaron's stuff are all like really good. So they're all top notch. Let's see. But I think that in general, I think it's going to be probably a good thing, because here's the reason why. His answers in interviews always kind of showed that Frankie was kind of, I don't know, man, like weird, you know, and didn't care about anything. Like, he was the holder of the Halo Bible, and his answer to why did the graphics change in Halo 4 was nanomachines, which everybody knows were, of course, not a part of Halo 4, like, at all. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Unique swapped from alpine rocks and eroded terrain, and it was a much higher detail now. Nice. Turn the HUD off and did the lower weapon script. Nice. I missed that part. I think Frankie went off the rails over time. Yeah, he did. That is awesome. Yeah. So basically, you're just using eroded terrain in now for like the entire thing in that picture, in that video, because that's really cool. See, that's what we need. We need more of eroded terrain. The rocks are cool, but I think they need to be kept as rocks. the terrain needs to be... We need, like, actual terrain pieces that look like this. Like you're using. Like the background and the islands in front of it with the trees. Yeah. So this is all eroded terrain. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I wonder if they're gonna add more of those now that they see the how people are using them. You know what I mean? You missed a comment. What did I miss? Oh, me and Green worked in customs, so it doesn't affect actual map. But any ideas we had were prefabbed. Nice, like the background, and the island in front of it with the trees. Those are all prefabbed. Gotcha. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I do sometimes miss a comment. Sorry about that. Not to inform you, I know you know. You've been around since I started streaming, so. It's just, you know, just to call myself out. Yeah, so, let's see. I need to make this latch on over here so I can drag this way. Real slow, like. Close up that little gap. Not all the way yet, it looks like. You know that part in Halo 1? Whenever you, okay, I'm gonna check that out in just a second. You know that part in Halo 1 whenever you go to that bridge in the first mission on the ring? And, it's like, there's like this, how do I, oh right, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Alright, I'm gonna definitely turn off the slow movement. Slow crawl. But yeah. Anyway, the first hard light bridge thing, right? Inside the not natural formation, you know what I mean? Well, someone's remade that bridge, or is currently remaking it, and it looks really good. Oh, whoa, I didn't actually get to the part that I'm supposed to be going all the way to. I thought I did. Okay, I'm gonna check that thing you sent in Discord in just a moment. Am I not, like... Am I somehow twisted? Like, what's going on here? Oh, I see. I'm not all the way over, and I'm too high. Okay. That's correct. I think I somehow... Okay, I snapped to that one, and that one's higher than this one. But this one's as high as these, so I think there's a height problem over here. Or at least, because I chose the other one, this is the side that's going to be considered with the height problem. Because, yeah. That's just how I have to treat it, because I'm fixing it from one side over. And now I'm curious why this is not lining up. But anyway, yeah, let me check that out. Save and then test the in play mode thing. Well, yeah, I guess it definitely should. Let's see. This is Mr. Green's. Yeah, this is Mr. Green's post. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so I'm in, and the elevator rises to the correct height. And now it's in 4v4 mode height, and that's all it's scripted to do right now, is go to 4v4 mode height. Because I did not have time to work on scripting like I thought I was going to be able to, off stream. So yeah, what it does is it moves to there, and I have the script ready to be able to move to other heights, and I just have to hand it in. I have to change which variable the height is, and then trigger the move. And that's all I've got to do. But it does, but it's ready to go now. It's gonna look kind of like that in the end. I hope this doesn't look too goofy, and if I might need to add anything, let me know. If I need to like change anything or add anything, I can. I kind of like these like little pegs there, kind of imply that they're gonna like latch in to the height. I mean to the floor they're on. That's kind of cool. If you can even like make out that they're there. But yeah, and then it lets me back out, which is good. So that's all fixed. So sorry about that as far as like you trying to test it out is concerned. But yeah, okay, so why is it working over here but not over here. I definitely flipped it around correctly. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. I think I got it. This needs to be shorter, and then snap to that position, and then it should bring it in. Ooh, where'd I go? I need to get a little bit of control here. Okay, I'm going up to that height. Don't do that. I've suddenly lost the ability to control Forge. There we go. Okay, it still needs to go a little bit farther, I think. But it looks pretty good for now. Because everything else around it needs to be adjusted too. But yeah. Let's see, now you're good. Let's see. I kind of like that ceiling. That's why I have it over here. I might do this again, where I've got like 2 different layers of concrete. Like they poured them separately, like this was structural and this was the ground. This is the top ground layer, and this is almost like an asphalt kind of thing. It's supposed to show layers of structural design in this thing, where it's been here for a long time doing tests. That's the implication, but don't know if it's going to work out, but yeah, that's the hope that will imply that. Let's see, compare Green's post to my video. Okay, yeah. No, you're good, haha. You gonna make that front door floor that was glitched thicker too? Yes, I am. I am actually doing that right now. Let's see, I'm actually gonna just grab this thing's width. Where is its, let's see, rotation. Oh, wait, what did I... Oh, it's this first one, duh. Okay. It's the Y direction, so this one. Whoops. That one. Y direction, okay, and then X size. And then X, because these two together should be a good match to look like that one. As you can see, I've got some kind of color here. Let's set this to like a whiter. Concrete panels are set to a darker, 50% darkest black. And then the upper part, I don't know what's going on there. Concrete panels. Oh, right, I duplicated it. It should be the same. Okay, it's just lighting. It's the lighting. I see, it's yellower because there's lights coming off of that. These lights are shining down onto it, making it look like yellower. Okay. So that's a little bit thicker. We also have to thicken... Oh, those are already thick because I duplicated the ones from the other side. But why are they... That's unusual. Okay, I set it to the bottom of this. Let's see how thick this is real quick. People are saying things, so I'm going to get to that in just a second. Size Z. 1.19. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. No. Okay, well actually, at least I have this other one still here, so I can snap to... There. There we go. And then I can snap this to there, and then it should be the correct thickness now for the floor. It is poking through there, so I might have to bring it down. What is playing? Hold on a second. Is this not my... This is not my playlist. That is... I thought the other one was because it was a Halo Spartan Strike or whatever music, but then it went to The Witcher and started that, and that's no good. Let's see. Compare Green's post to my video. Are you gonna make that front? Yeah. Not gonna lie, kinda want to watch your own map and swap your desert terrain to erode it. I do want to do that, so it would be cool if they had a mirror dimension option for a piece. Mirror dimensions options for a piece. If you snap it to the center magnet. I don't know, maybe that's goofy. No, that would be really cool. I think that it would be really awesome. I think that if they had a lot, there are a bunch of mirror tools that I wish they had, to be honest. Like the ability, like you're saying, to mirror it to where like your Y becomes X and stuff like that. Like that would be great to just like swap these variables. That'd be amazing. Because there are a lot of times, like earlier, with these pieces over here, like this piece right here and this piece, where I could have just done that and then put the piece over here, and it would have taken 2 seconds instead of having to go through all of the variables and hit copy and paste and all that stuff. But, yeah. Okay, so I had this set to concrete cracked. Yeah. But otherwise it's set to the same color. I think I must have changed to concrete cracked after making the piece I copied this one off of. So that one's UNSC. Concrete. UNSC. Concrete cracked. That's it. And I like I was saying, 2 different shades of concrete I like, because I want it to look like they poured this one and then later poured that one and then they've poured this one since then, because this place is like weird. But yeah, oh, Discord. What is this? It's another image. Is this that same map but from a different angle? Or is this something else you're working on? Is this more, this is more eroded terrain rocks, isn't it? This looks really cool. I see structure there. So I'm assuming, is this one of your scenes, Aaron, and you just threw in a little hint of a structure over here? So are we focusing mainly on the 4v4 to get that finished first, right? Then we can focus on the other modes? Yeah, I was also, because I guess I ruined it for you over the weekend. Eye candy, yeah, it is. It's really awesome. That's high ground. Oh, okay, that's high ground. Nice. It is high ground. Yeah, that's the bunker that's looking down the hill. This is the one you said he swapped them all for eroded terrain. It looks better. That does look a lot better than it did before. Okay, so yeah, this was the bottom. Yeah, right, duh. Because this was down by the lake in high ground. And this is what you're talking about a minute ago. I don't know why my brain farted there, basically. So it's like, duh. Yeah, this was down by the lake. I asked him, I don't know if he's actually going to do it, but if he wanted to make it to where the, like this is the lake, right? If you have enough players, I don't know how he'd do it, but basically, if he allowed it to turn into a big team battle map by including this island in the rest of the map and made it into a gameable space, or if he wrapped it around the side and went into another like another part of the cliff, you know, that's like cut out like in the actual map for high ground, like wrapped around to the side and ended up with another area, would be pretty cool. You've asked him to script to move. That would be cool, like if it just slid and moved around. The problem I think would probably be that he probably had to scale that up, I imagine. I mean, I guess we'll get replaced in Season 4 to actual water. Yeah, and that will be amazing. I think that the one thing that's definitely holding us back and probably going to make a lot of people like Unreal Engine Fortnite more is the lack of water in the game right now. And I'm not sure how that got hit, like, what was the oversight there? I do not know. But yeah. Like, how is it the water of all things? Best we getting for now. Yeah. Dude, we've never had water. Think that's gonna be huge. That's true. We have never had water in Forge before. So that's probably how it got, you know, ignored. But I do feel like it's like that's how you show off your tech, and I don't know. Oh, by the way, I deleted that object from over here because I found that it doesn't really need it. The glass does the work just fine. And the bump here was already happening with it, so even if I do try to solve the bump that's happening on it, it's still like you didn't really need the pink area. As far as I'm aware, unless you had some other bug you were solving. But yeah, this re-art just looks like an arena area from campaign. This like this map does. Oh, by the way, real quick. I do have, let's see. I think that, oh, your re-art, duh, I'm dumb. No, I keep on losing track of what you're saying for some reason, Aaron. Sorry about that. You're talking about high ground, yeah. I think that's why I put it there for the bump. And that video didn't include the multiple others islands. Nice. Yeah. That eroded terrain is just amazing. I don't know what else to say. That eroded terrain is just fantastic. I'm not gonna be able to use it here. I don't think it becomes, you know, I mean, I maybe could inside where they're digging, but on the outside it's gonna look more like it would have to look all cratered and stuff like that. So I'd have to use the space rock, but that would just be, you know, outside stuff. However, what I was gonna do was I was gonna look in here. I just grabbed some Oni. I looked up some Oni emblems online. Ooh. Why didn't they use... Okay, well, this Oni emblem, that actually looks fantastic from the front. I was trying to cover that bump because it felt... Let's see, that video didn't include multiple other islands, yeah. And I was trying to cover that bump because it felt weird sliding and catching grenades. Haha, I've tested this map so many times, that's not even funny. That looks amazing. On the other side where the giant cannon is, there's going to be a fence/gate with a long, wide path surrounded by pines. Nice. That sounds awesome. Okay, so, and then there's another one, Oni emblem. This one is just flat. And it's a 12 by 12 by 0.77. Okay, if I place this, they don't get... Do they get credit on the map? Because if I end up not using it, I don't want them to just magically have credit for the rest of the time that I'm using this. I don't think they do, but I'm just asking. I'm pretty sure they don't get credit for the map. I'm just gonna place it. Because it's not too big of a deal if they do. So here's the deal. I'm gonna snap this. Prefabs don't get credit. I didn't think so. Okay, cool. As far as, like I would like them to get credit, but at the same time, I don't want them to get credit if I don't end up actually using it, you know? Only way to get credit is to join sessions and save. Yeah. I feel like they should get credit to some extent, but I also don't feel like they should get credit until the map is, like, published with their prefabs on there. So I don't know if that's a thing. So, what do y'all think? It's good size. If I break it out, maybe I can change it to be less pure white. Maybe make it scratched or something, but maybe the pure white is a good thing. Also, there's a chance that it would look better. Let's see, like some parts just make it thicker. They should credit other under prefabs itself. That would be cool if there's a separate section of credits called prefab. Like, you go to credits and it would have the names of the creators, and then there's prefabs, and then it has names of people who created prefabs that you used. That would be a really elegant solution, I think. So I think it should be a little higher. I think putting it down in the middle of that block is not the way to go. But I also feel like maybe I should put it up on the raised part of the building, which isn't final or anything. I just raised the block up and liked how it looked. And I had these going up there anyway, so I knew I was going to probably make the building a little taller for aesthetic purposes. But if I put that there, how does it look? It just doesn't obscure the emblem, so I kind of like that. It also gives like a far away look versus a, well, that kind of obscures it. Maybe a little bit higher, but yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, because you're good. You'd get a lot of credit. Haha, well deserved too. Yeah, exactly. It would be really cool. I think a solution should be found. I think the prefabs are absolutely worth it. Also, we did a birch tree test on that island a few hours after that pic was taken of the background, and it worked so well. There we go. Now it's up. It's Oni, and on my resolution and distance, you can just barely make out the light rays. Might be a little bit choppy. And that might be because of how it's built. They didn't factor in, they might have built it up close and didn't factor in LOD. Like, you've got one of those objects is being replaced with a simpler version of itself, which is causing clipping problems, because a simpler version is not built the same exactly. And it probably has something, because it's all scaled down, of course. Can you scale, let's see. Also, we did a birch tree. Yeah, maybe make that like a tad bit larger. Can you scale it? No, unfortunately you can't. I'd have to break it out of its prefab, which it looks like they left it open to be able to do. So I just have to I'd have to scale it up and rebuild it based on their design to make it any larger. I kind of honestly like the scale to me, but I don't like how it's well, I don't know. What do y'all think? Does it need to be bigger? Because I can make it bigger and that would probably fix the LOD issue too. it might be a little bit of work because it's scaling up everything and figuring out how to scale it all up at the same amount will be a pain in the ass. So basically they've got, yeah, a couple things inside of each other. Looks like just a bunch of circles here. Then this is that satellite dish that has the no, it's not. What the hell did they put into this thing? Did they copy an object over and over again and then just rotate it slightly to create these like ridges? Or these rays? Okay. Would be cool if it was like chrome or stone looking. I think bigger would look better, IMO. It's up to you. Epic's back and stuff is now on waypoint. Oh, cool. I'd say just leave it for now and then change it later. Yeah, let's just leave it for now and change it later. That's a good idea. I am curious. I am going to do this. I'm going to duplicate it and grab this duplicate, and I'm going to break that out because I want to see what the heck they're doing back here. This is weird. What is this object that they copied 1,000 times? Oh my god, they made a triangle and just copied it. That is an interesting take on these god rays. I'll be in and out. I mean, what I would have done, he said I'll be in and out, I mean, I would have gone up to antennas. Where am I? I'm in prefabs. Accents, antennas. I think this would work. Probably not. It has this big old box in the middle that poke through. Never mind. Now I see what they did. Why they did it that way. I think the other one used an antenna, but it used it this way to make the outer rings. But yeah. Okay, yeah. I understand why they did it now. Why they didn't do this. Because you'd have to make it like 3D and like have the middle eye poke out so that you could hide the fact that it's whoop. Okay, come on, get smaller. There we go. You have to like hide that middle part and like make it all the way flat, and then these rays may not even be useful. They kind of poke through a little bit, but they're not even probably all that useful anymore. Yeah. Okay. Understandable. You'd have to make the, basically, you'd have to make the inner eye poke out and the inner triangles poke out farther than everything else to hide that box there in the middle, just so that you could have these pieces poke through. And then you duplicate it and rotate it like 15 degrees? Yeah, 15 degrees and have more rays. And then duplicate it and rotate it another 5 degrees or something. And then duplicate it and do it another 5 degrees. And that would use far fewer objects, but it also would require you to I have no idea if these fewer objects would actually be okay. Is it rotating? Is it not rotating? I can't really tell. There we go. Now it's rotating. There we go. You could do it like this, for example. Anyway, well, that's what he said. Well, I think making it look 3D would make it better, so much cooler. Seems like Oni would want it to look nice and not just a decal. It might be cool, yeah. In which case, I mean, I might be able to use, for example, this and make my own variation, in which case I could scale it up. I could, like, grab some of their stuff that they already made, like the triangle. Like this inner stuff. And, like, drag it over. And hide the box. What do you think? You think I should do this? Actually make my own? I could then scale it up and then I'd have all this stuff going, and it wouldn't probably have as much of a problem with LOD because it wouldn't have as many objects inside there in the middle, being like, you know, all of those little rays. And I could then proceed to I think I would just need a ring. I need all of these to be selected and try making their, let's see, you could easily make the triangle pop and have the other stuff in the background too. That's up to you, but I think it would be cool. Yeah, I think so too. I think that, for example, I could, let's see. I'm not sure what this is changing because it's not going actual black, but I think that's actually that bug. There's a weird bug in this, specifically in this map, and I don't know if it's because it's a, the space, you know, what do you call it, you know, issue, or if it has something to do with your map file. But something is making grays just like, it makes some things just have this weird gray over, like covering, I mean, texture covering it. So I can't get any, it's the canvas? Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, they need to fix that before we, I hope they fix that before we have to release it, but, you know. Let's see, I was going for emissive, I think. This is the metal dark. I think this should be, let's see, I'll do Forerunner emissive, because it's less bright as the other ones. There we go. It's slightly blue, though, so we need to go to white. And then the background stuff needs to be black, but unfortunately I can't do that, so I might have to put a flat circle behind it that's black. Change your sunlight color. That's the canvas lighting. Change your sunlight color canvas. Okay. Is it really? Color override? Oh, it's set to gray. It is set to something. Okay. What is the default just no color override? And will that let me do it? Because I'm not so sure it's actually changing it. Because I can get back to that gray again easily if it needs to be, but it's still not black inside there. Which let's make sure I'm even looking at the right thing. Let's see, trim pipe. Okay, so there's the actual like black part. And I want it to be shiny because how amazing would it look if the black on here is super shiny, so where these lights immediately shine on it and like reflect and stuff like that. Probably look really good. Let's see, change your sunlight color. It's in there somewhere. Okay. Because it's mainly like this gray. Like this thing, I'm not sure if it is the sunlight color because this piece right here, it's a door, and I've seen it on maps that are on the game so far already, where like no matter what I did, it has this like basic. Let's see if it is now, if it'll work now. Yeah, see this can't go black for some reason. It can only go to a dark gray at best. And it won't take other colors either if I recall correctly. Like if I go to like, let's see, where's it, yellow one? Yeah, paint thick yellow, it just becomes a white, which may be because I'm overriding the color. Let's see. Maybe it is fixed. Yeah, no, it's this weird, it's supposed to be a thick yellow paint, and it's this weird color. But you're saying it's in here somewhere. Sunlight, color override. Let's see, sky tint. That's just for the sky. I don't believe that actually affects the map down below. But I could be wrong. If that's it, should I just reset? Did you adjust these, Ripshade? And do you mind if I hit the reset button? There's a reset, reset all map properties such as fog and reference colors. Delete all unlocked. Huh. Reset it. Okay. I'm going to do that then. I'm going to save it first. I'm going to save a copy, and then I'm going to reset the properties. That got real dark. Whoa, what the hell? It's now daytime. What? So did they not make an actual space map? They just... Oh, is this Void? Are you on Void? I thought they had a space you know... I thought this was on like a... Let's see. Honestly, it might be better to just black box it. Yes. Let's see. Okay, okay. I believe so. You should have made this an ecliptic. Yeah, I thought this was an ecliptic, to be honest. Okay, well, we'll go back to black, because it doesn't seem to have solved the problem anyway. And make it space again. I like the backdrop. Huh, yeah. You like these stars basically more than what they had in, because in Ecliptic it's like, there's like a planet, right? And stuff like that. I don't remember. But yeah, that didn't solve the problem. It's a bug with the textures on certain objects, like these doors. And it might only be in certain canvases. But I saw one of the maps that was already in, that's in, I think it's in actually one of the maps that's in the community collection right now. There's a door that has the sand texture on it. And that was what this one is. You spawn in one of these doors and it spawns with the sand texture applied instead of anything else. And I'll show you. You go in here and you go to structures, doors, and if you go to any of these doorways, let's see, well, not literally any of them, but here's one. Tank door. It's just sand for some reason. And then you go to this one, vehicle door, sand. And the door frame is sand. And this one's door frame is sand. So like, oh, and this one as well. Spartan door frame, this door. And so there are a couple of doors that don't seem to be affected by that, but yeah. When am I not? Yeah. Yeah, you're right, AZ. When am I not? Could see the planet from window. Well, a planet would fit this. Yeah, it would. I like the backdrop. See, I wish you could just change the skyboxes in the game. Okay. Yeah, no, I thought so. I'm thinking too. They've talked about how they've gotten lots of requests for a tool that'll just swap which canvas you're on. Obviously I was one of those people requesting that multiple times. So, yeah. We will see if they end up working that into it. That would be really cool. Okay, so theirs is actually the opposite. Theirs is white on the background and black lines, and that might make more sense anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. That's more of what what their design is. So I need to switch this to probably, like, I don't know, metal. We'll just do metal brushed for now, and then we'll make it black. And see how that looks. And the background, this pipe trim, is the one that becomes emissive. Ooh, can I not make this emissive? Oof. Okay, I'm seeing now that I will probably have to put an object back behind there. Foreigner trim. Okay, what about this one? UNSC trim. I don't think this is... Yeah, there's no trim that's emissive. It's very obnoxious because, like, there are a lot of times where trim being emissive would be best, and yet they don't. I do have that one selected, right? Yeah, it's selected, just for some reason didn't get a yellow outline on the entire object or something. Anyway, the high ground background is on the same canvas as this. Yeah. Let's see, I wish you could just change the skyboxes in the game. Yeah. It's a very simple, just, you know, nebula. So no planets anywhere in sight, which is cool too. So that kind of gives it its own thing. Okay, so if I had to go light rays for the rays, then that may not be any good. So let's go ahead and duplicate this circle that they already made. And let's put this back here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. It's going to be going into it. I'll need a cone, and I'll need to flatten it. And then I'll need to make the cone. Yeah, I'll just do a cone to make mine so that I can make it clip through. No, you need white trim. Use the other terrain, terrace or primitive spheres. Yeah, high ground. The high ground background is okay. Yeah, no. If you need a white trim, use either a terrain, terrace, or primitive sphere. That's emissive. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. So you're right though. A sphere would be better than a cone because that would go like this rather than going straight up. So it would be better at not being. What am I looking at here? Ring spheres. There it is. For some reason I just could not see that. Primitive sphere, and we want to flatten it. I just deformed the curvature, so I'm just gonna start over real quick so I don't have to worry about that. Make this bigger. Set it to emissive. We're gonna do forerunner emissive. What if I did, okay. So I know emissive, right, is brighter than forerunner emissive. What if I set... Is it not emissive? I thought this was emissive, to be honest, but if it's not, it's just white. Okay. Interesting. What do you guys think? Should I go with emissive or just white? Because it might be a little more interesting if it was emissive, but also they are right that it's not really emissive in the games necessarily. I might need to do 2 spheres because I don't think they can become flat enough. I was trying to... Okay, it did become a little bit flatter. There we go. There we go. That's about as... And I just have to make it wider around and center it. But yeah. Oni is bad news. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, if you need a white trim, use... Okay, yeah, can you make emissive objects with lights and reflections? Epsilon winter coating back in the shop. It was literally sold last week. Interesting. I wonder if it was, like, bugged to where people couldn't buy it and we just weren't aware, or if it was and so they're trying to like give people a better chance of buying it, or if the reason they put it back in is because of demand, or if they're just running out of ideas. What's up, Green? As Ripshade had said. Yeah, good point. Didn't say hello. How's it going, Green? Let's see. No, it's just 3 for 3 stupid shop rotation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's with emissive, with the white being non-emissive, which doesn't look bad, to be honest. I actually kind of like that. As you get farther and farther away, let's see. Let's go into the map and go as far away as we can and see what that looks like. So for me, that starts to become a little bit janky and blurry. On a Series S, or even, it'll probably look better because my Series S renders things better. But if we want a sort of quality control, this is not scaled up. I made it basically the same diameter as the old one. So if I do scale it up, then it might be more visible from a distance, a little better. What do y'all think? Yeah, I like this more than creating all of this many objects back here. Like, all of these weird... Like, this is insanity. And I commend the person for having done it. Because... Boy, howdy. It looked good. I don't know. That's not even all of them. That's insane. The number of objects in that thing are insane. But yeah. Maybe make the lines thicker too. They will actually get thicker as I scale the whole thing up because it's all part of the same object there. So like, for example, if I scale up this object, they're going to get thicker as they go, which is good. Like, what if I go to there? What if I just duplicate this at this scale and go find out how big this would be on the wall? Okay. Should I make it almost touch these columns, like make it that big? If I do, I'll have to make the roof taller because... Okay, let's see how that looks from down here. From down here, that would be how big that would be. Maybe a bit bigger, but that kind of does start to fit the... It feels like it's closer to the right scale for this building. You know what I mean? What do y'all think? Is that probably good enough or around there? What if you flipped the white and black just to see what it looked like at the same distance? Like the, if I flipped the lines to be emissive, instead of the, since they're rays of light, presumably, and made them, I set them to metal brushed, but I can bring them back up to forerunner emissive. Oh, right. Do I need to go like this? Oh no, they're just set to emissive and then black. There we go. Oh, I need to go like this, and then go like this. There we go. So, let's move that back for now, and then we will select the sphere and change it off of emissive. We'll just go to foil insulation for now. One of those rings is not lined up with the others, and I was thinking that was the case, but I wasn't quite sure about it yet. Or no? Oh no, I scaled up one of them. Duh, that one back there I scaled up and then did. I didn't duplicate it before scaling it. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. Okay, come on now. Snap to where I want you to be. Okay, I need to do it again because I need to duplicate, then snap because the snapping points will line up. No, come on. What is it doing? Ugh. It's frustrating. It should have a snapping point around the perimeter somewhere that should snap to the one I just copied it off of. But instead it's trying to snap to the middle there. Which doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's the sphere. That's why I'm having so much trouble. The sphere is getting in the way. Oop. There we go. Turn off magnets. Let's get this thing out of the way. And then it should grab... Oh, no. We gotta grab the one. Specifically this one. Make sure we're getting the right one. Let's see. Turn on magnets. And then... Ah! Ah! Insanity. Okay, here we go. No! Stop trying to snap to the sphere! Oh, now it's trying to snap to the triangle. Okay, well. Maybe build it with a snapping point, right? That's the thing, is that I did have a snapping point, and it was doing that before, but all of these other things are too close. And trying to snap to the wrong things. Wait, magnets being useless? Shocker. Exactly, right? Okay, come on, why? Why can't you just snap to the same point? There we go, it finally did it. Alright, now we've got it going. Now we have that one. I'm not going to go and copy... I'm going to copy them next time I go to adjust them. Instead of doing all of this, having to do all this nonsense to fix it afterward. This is not even really snapped to the middle, I just sort of eyeballed it. But we're just going to stick it right back in there and continue to eyeball it for now. And then this will move in here. Realistically, I flattened this sphere on the wrong direction, and I'll explain why in a bit, but if you can already tell, then don't. Then yeah, it's no biggie. But, okay, I didn't set the sphere to black. Wait, I deselected it, apparently. Okay. There we go. Okay, so from below, with the glowing lines, it'll end up looking like that. Which looks great when you zoom in. Again, my computer is probably not rendering at the correct distance. We definitely need to scale it up to make the lines appear correctly. You know what? I'm gonna see how the lines look back here. That's what we should do. Right here, we should set this one to emissive on the lines and see how they... Okay, oh, they're still set to black. Right. Gonna go to the whitest white and see how that looks all the way back here at that scale. Okay, better, but they still kind of glimmer a little bit, as you can see, where they're kind of like the scale is wrong. The scale is concerned. If we then go a little bit bigger to, like, say that, to where that's about as white as it'll get, the lines are a lot more stable. So even if we switch it to the black with the white behind it, it should look a lot better at this scale. And I just fell into the area down below. Anyway, and if we zoom in, it'll look even better. Let's see. And on y'all's computers, or y'all's consoles, it'll probably look even nicer. Best off leaving this for last. Yeah. Okay, it looks frustrating for sure. See if the lines were double the size, I think it would look great. Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I'm understanding why they use their little slopes to do. And I might go ahead and just use their method so I can just scale it up. I mean, just have to scale it up manually with all of those individual objects, which would be insane, but it might work. But yeah. Taking too long on a single item, right? This is like the thing you do off stream, so yeah. I'll probably just move on from there. Let's see. Man, that looks cool. Anyway, like its shape in general just looks nice. Not as an Oni emblem yet, but it definitely looks like a cool, like, almost the Imperial emblem from Star Wars. Almost. So yeah. Okay. I do sometimes get into the weeds of something. I was actually hoping to get to these security rooms today. That's why I named the stream something involving security rooms. But I have not gotten to it yet. Say I just saw it up, and we'll get to it later. I say just throw it up and we'll get to it later. Yeah, right? Exactly. Or just replace it with a UNSC decal and call it a day. Yeah, I want that building to be Oni though, and this side can be a UNSC. I want people to understand what's going on here a little bit better from visual storytelling with the level design. Yeah. This is a bot movement two-way. Did they get confused here or something? Is there something about the terrain that like confused them and like broke the bot movement? Or were you just throwing it in there just to be sure, to make sure the bots worked? Because like back before, like knowing how to make them like 100% function how they're supposed to or whatever. Because yeah, I don't know that it's probably necessary here, but yeah, if it was about, you know, not knowing, but yeah, just to be sure, yeah, not knowing, just to be sure, just want to make sure it works. I don't think it would be necessary here, but yeah. Anyway, okay, so the security room, I like basically this layout how it is, the window how it is, and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking though that we want to what would be kind of cool is there's a blast shield above it, which is not a lot of curved objects, but essentially just making a sort of slightly scaled smaller curvature that's just right at the very top, like a little lip there, if we can get it to look good. But obviously the curve is wrong, and so I don't know that that's actually going to be possible, because they don't do curves super well in this. Like, you can adjust it to make it off center, but like aside from that you can't really do much. So we'd have to like do half curves, and I don't know about that. I also like, let's see, a banished AI is on the loose. Yes it is. I say just throw it up and we'll get, yeah, just to be sure. I also like how you put up the rocks inside those trusses right below those ramps. Oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, I thought that looked kind of cool. Looks very, it's not very illuminated right now because we because the properties to do with the sky whenever we reset it. I think you had your intensity much higher. Maybe not. Might have been bounce. I think you had it at 20. Light bounce. That might have been the one she brought up a lot. I don't remember what it was. I can double check it and stuff like that. But light bounce will bring it up to where you can see a little better. I know that much. It doesn't quite look the same as it did before, but yeah. Your lighting settings before were pretty good, but yeah. So, yeah, the circular scaling is really weird in this game. Yeah, Eratus chooses you. Yes. I think it was the pitch, too. Oh, the pitch. I had the light shining a certain angle. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. I actually don't even know where the sun is, because whenever the sky is black like this, it just completely blots it out. But yeah. And or the yaw. How do you make it go straight above? Oh, my music shut off. Let's do that. Let's fix that. That's not good. Well, let's make the sky not black for 2 seconds. Let's see. Sky... Oh, the sun tint. Oh, the sun tint is separate from the sky tint. I understand now. And so the sun is now below us? Yes. Yes, it is. That's actually kind of interesting. Look at the way that looks. Like, if you made a map and specifically made it to where under the map is like these god ray, you know, like things shining up from the sun down there, but you can't see the sun, it's just like light. It'd be really cool. If like you had an underground map and you wanted it to look like that. Oh man. I wonder if I could get that to work on Waterworks. Because if I did, then inside the water at the bottom, there would be these light rays coming up through it, and that would be really cool. But I don't think it would work because there's the ground underneath there, so it'd blot out the sun even if it was underneath there. So I'd have to be able to switch it to this canvas, which would work too. But yeah, that is cool. Yeah. Okay, so we need the sun pitch to be the opposite. There we go. Now we can probably see it. Yep, it's above the horizon. Let's make it come straight down and then set it to black like before. So it'd be bright and coming down on the base, and we'll worry about anything else. We'll do more actual micro adjustments later. Just something that will have light. And then we can adjust, like, what do you call it? The bouncing intensity again to bring it back down, and the sun intensity back down again to make it a little bit more space station-y. And that should do just fine. Still can't see these rocks, but you can see the map a little better. And the sun is not there because it's blotted out. That'll work for now. Okay, now, where were we? Obviously I was doing that Oni thing, but we don't have to do that right this second. Okay. I think I was going to try to do the security rooms. Another option is that I do what Aaron wanted, and for the rest of the stream try and replace all my sand in that other map with eroded terrain and come back to this tomorrow. Well, off stream today and then tomorrow, but yeah. We can always mess with lighting later too, huh? Yeah, exactly. The main reason I'm gunning it in this one is because to make that the deadline of that of the contest, I need to go fast. But yeah, so we got some holes here which we can fill in with these. If we want that sort of concrete line, we're gonna have to do something else. But I'm thinking that let's see, I'm doing kind of this in this UNSC area. I'm thinking if we do that, then we put some like decorative objects there to make it not just a concrete wall. Are these are floors. Okay, I'm replacing those with walls. And the reason is because, I think I might have explained this already, but walls in general are just better to use for this kind of thing. Is this a proper... Yeah, it is. Design grid. Maybe not? Concrete panels? I don't know where that was. Or why it was not showing up. But anyway, there we go. Walls end up scaling differently than floors, and floors end up having like this weird glitchy reverse scaling on them. And just in general, having two swatches is useful sometimes. Sometimes you want to be able to just like make them fit, you know what I mean? So we're going to do that. How thick are these? Default thickness probably, which is going to be, I think 3. So 3. Perfect. Let's see. I didn't know that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I might switch over and give Aaron his terrain you know, view while we're continuing, just to give myself a you know, switch back and forth and get some stuff done in both maps. Let's see. Delete the original wall and then scale it down, but for just a second I'm just going to place this wall since I was in the middle of it. Oh man, if I do, I've got two things in the same stream, and I named this one to like I was doing a Ripshade map, and then I'm going to confuse my whole thing going on. That's okay. That probably shouldn't be too big of a deal, but yeah. What are you doing for the other map exactly? I want to go in there and replace the eroded, replace all the sand Not literally all of the sand dunes. I do want some sand in that map, but I'm going to replace these sand dunes with eroded terrain to make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, I need my terrain fixed, or else I get withdrawals and die. That's the yeah. Just end it and then restart it with a new title. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Go live twice in one day, back to back. I think I can probably just use the same piece coming all the way up and just do that, and it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so I can select that and delete it, select this one and snap it to there, and that should line them all up. And I should be able to scale it this way until we can see the two edges of those end panels. No, it's too thick. I might thin out this wall a little bit. No, because then it won't match the curvature wall. Curved walls. I swear, they need to have a thickness-thinness setting on curved walls. I might have to thicken this doorway, this door frame, just to make it fit properly, because... Or maybe move it out slightly? Yeah, I can move out a little bit. Let's do that. Let's see. I can move out to, like, here, where the frame will just barely touch. Let's see what it looks like on the outside. Yeah, that works. Look at that. And then I would duplicate this, scale it down a significant amount, possibly figure out this thing's scale. It looks like it's the tall one. I think it's taller than it is wide, but that might be my imagination. Which one is this? Height. There we go. Oh, come on now. V. I messed up. I pressed some button wrong, and I ended up Control Ving instead of Control C'ing or something. There we go. Okay. There we have it. Nope, I got the wrong height, the wrong one. It was this one. I just realized I said it was taller than it was wide, and then I didn't grab the height, the taller one of the options whenever transferring over for the height, so that was my bad. Entirely my fault. Not just like it wasn't paying attention, like literally just dumb. Okay, and bring this over. Okay, you guys are saying stuff that I need to read. Give me 2 seconds. I think I'm going to clip this into the wall. And ooh, the heights are being wonky. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust the height of that other one by flipping it over and then going with this downward scale and bringing it up until we end up like this. And the panels can line up and everyone will be happy. We're gonna flip this one over and go down just a tad into the frame, just enough to line them up right at the seam. Now that seam looks a little bit weird because one of these is slightly wider than it needs to be, and I think it's this one. Went too far with it. Should be around there, and this one can come down here and hopefully line up very nicely with the seam to where you can't even tell that there are two wall panels there. Two wall pieces. It's just one giant wall. With literally a seamless wall all the way across. Let's see. Hey, okay. Ew, I saw the Mario movie yesterday and it was fucking amazing. Really? That's good. I'm really happy to hear that because I really enjoy Mario in general, and my kids are gonna love it. Very nice. You could make the frame bigger. I was thinking that already. The roofing on this map is going to be interesting, lol. Hey, I want to also say thank you for doing this, and that I truly appreciate it, and words can't describe how much I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate that. Looks awesome. Thanks. I think this is going to come out and be a really awesome map, so I'm glad to have my name on it, too. Like being able to have both of us be on there. It's going to be cool. And I just realized that I should go down and overextend it until it lines up, actually. There. There we go, because there was a gap at the bottom. There, now we have it, where it's going to go very nicely. Your wife and your kids are going to love the Mario movie. Absolutely. I want to see that movie too. Yeah. I was just reading Ripshade's. I also want to see that movie too, just to be clear. So, this column over here, I might keep as a separate material and make it go in, but I might do something like I did over here. Not this one, obviously, but like a frame piece right there to go down and like sort of connect well into the door frame. And this fills in that little gap too, by the way, by having this thing clip into the frame, so that solves that. And it's a little bit iffy because it's apparently clipping through just a tad. But we can fix that by just slightly adjusting the door frame. That should be good. Shouldn't mess up the play of the map at all that way, because it was just such a small amount. But yeah. Okay. So yesterday with 3 friends, IRL amount. Nice. He's getting a groove now, huh? I don't think he wants to get off this map. Lol. Yeah, he doesn't need to see it now, Lamau, just eventually. Yeah. So I actually kind of like how you did this. You textured this, didn't you? I don't think that wasn't me. That looks really cool, actually. You've got... Did you texture this? Or is it just brushed? Oh, I thought that was a concrete, like one of these peg holes. But that's a damage point that's repeated around this. Okay. If we left it like that, it would feel like the same kind of construction as up there. Let's see, he doesn't need to see it now, Lamau just eventually dies. That curve looks nice. Yeah, it does. I think that the, I like the way that the, honestly, I might leave that as its default texture like that, because, I mean, I need to maybe color match it a little bit better, but it looks really good. But we've got different colors of concrete. In fact, that's one of the themes here, is that they built this over time, and there's, like, weird, like, layers of concrete going into it. So, yeah. Maybe lower to match the ground height. Yeah. Like, scale it so that there's only 2 panels, or scale it so there's 3 panels, yeah, to make it, like, bring them closer. And then, yeah, looks pretty good. But yeah. Or bring the entire wall up a little bit. No, that would adjust the Windows location. We wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah. What did I just land on? And then, did y'all see that? I like jumped and then stopped and then went backwards. I don't know what I landed on. Oh, I landed on that. Gotcha. Okay. Was confused there for a second. Have it meet the top of the ramp height is what I mean, then put another texture above it. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Have this as like a base structure kind of feel to it. So basically, yeah. Or maybe match it to this here and have a different texture above it. Instead of the ramp line, match to that line. I could bring this texture down to match there, and then match it there, and then put a perimeter at the top as part of a transition into a roof, so that this line will also align with the ground. But then it'll only align there, it won't align over here anyway, so we'd have a weird diagonal panel right here anyway, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I think actually I'd put another texture there, I guess, like this would be at the ramp level. Yeah, we'll do that. But the reason I'm saying it and not doing it right away is because I was thinking about swapping over like I was talking about. We only have like 30 minutes left, so I could hop over to the other one. And so you can delete whatever you want to, gameplay objects or whatever, because I'm sure we'll have to replace or change some stuff, no biggie. Yeah, I gotta do those walls there. But yeah, I do like your layout of your equipment and everything. I didn't play all the game modes. I only played Slayer, so I have no idea about your flags and stuff like that. But I know as far as your weapons are concerned. By the way, I want there to be a skill jump here. Oh, there is. Huh. I want there to be a more obvious skill jump here, so I might put a little bit of a door frame protrusion in the middle. Mr. Sir, I am dying. Yeah. Swap away, man. Yeah. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to leave. And I won't reset it, mainly because I probably can only stream for another, like, 30 minutes or so. There was one before. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you were in the same mindset. That's probably, I was wondering if that lip that poked out told me that it should be there, you know what I mean? But the way that it is right now, if we put a really thin line there, then it still would work. Okay, wait, what did I get out? Let's see. Like I said, I only have like 30 more minutes that I can stream before I have to go. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do for the next like 30 minutes, we're gonna like power through making a bunch of the eroded terrain. Oh, excuse me. And see how that looks. But yeah, should we make it look destroyed or abandoned? If we do, that would imply that the flood got out, but since their infection mode is going to be Eratus instead of flood, which is kind of lame, we would need there to be flood AI involved so that we could script them to spawn in there and make like a horde mode in the map, which would honestly be really cool. What if we made a variant of the map that was a horde mode that opened up the different sections? Instead of scaling with big team battle, we use the exact same doors and elevators and stuff like that to open up as sections of the map as you progress through until you escape, like a I think Zombies from Call of Duty did that. What is this?
It is nice driving my 2020 Chevy Silverado. It is nice driving my 2020 Chevy Silverado.
Sorry.
It is nice driving my 2020 Chevy Silverado.
Okay, I'm pausing that now. That's too much. Too many times repeated. But yeah. And then we can make that version of it look all destroyed, but have like a in operation but worn and weathered, you know, version, and then like make a heavily wrecked version for that. Would be amazing. As you can see, I haven't gone in here since I had built out this sort of like basic layout. Like I haven't really touched this at all since we started with the Ripshade map. But I will eventually get back to this in more detail. So, Aaron, you're talking array terrain times. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so my question for you, Aaron, is where do you see it being necessary versus not necessary? Because I don't know. I do want sand in this map, but I also don't especially like this silvery, shiny BS kind of. Like if that just wasn't gloss, it would be fine. If they took the glossiness off of this metal, off of this gray, it would become darker looking gray, or maybe lighter. No, I guess in the sunlight it would look a lot darker. It would look more like that color right there, and it would be perfectly fine. And then we'd be able to build all sorts of stuff in it. But anyway, I think they wanted to look sandblasted, like it'd become really, really shiny over time. But anyway, do you want my desert rock color reference? Absolutely. Do you also want to... you prefabbed your rocks. Did you release those yet? I could definitely check your prefabs. And I haven't... Let's see. I can hop on and put it on. And put... let's see. Is the sunlight option... causes that or no? It is not something that sunlight can turn off, unfortunately. They just set this to glossy as part of the terrain. Like that's the like the terrain is just sand, right? With a few spots where there's a little bit of rock like this. And it's not even shiny, right? It's this gray. And then you use inherited terrain, TI terrain or whatever, terrain inheritance, and it's shiny for some reason. It's glossy. And it doesn't make any sense for it to be like that. And I hate it. And I feel like it's a bug that they need to fix, because it looks terrible. And it doesn't even match the terrain. Like, it doesn't match any of this. Like, look at that terrain. That doesn't look like that glossy terrain. That looks dry and, you know, sandy. And I think it's a bug, and I think that eventually, if they do fix it, like if they fix it, but when they fix it, if they fix it. This whole, what I have now would just immediately look a lot better. But yeah. Backdrop terrain is how eroded looks. Exactly. And that's how it should look on these, because that's the point of eroded. I mean, it's eroded. It's been hit by sand and sun and everything like that. It erodes away, and that's why they call it eroded terrain, I would think. But yeah, anyway, they need to up their game there. I do have some eroded, of course, here, but yeah. Like, I really think this was supposed to look like this, you know? But I don't know. I don't know if I can sit here and wait like 3 seasons or something like that for them to fix it. Okay, don't save for the next 2 minutes. Okay. Are you in the map yet? There you are. Let me see. Can I switch friends? Or not friends. Can I switch teams? That's the word I'm looking for. I wish there were better blending tools for where the terrains connect / merge. Yeah, I wish so too. It'd be really nice. Like, even the terrain inheritance ones could do something, you know what I mean? Like some kind of shader that kind of blends them together. That would cost a lot to do, though, on this scale. It would make placing terrain be extremely costly. There you are. Hello. Nice. So this is basically your these are your various versions with different color textures and stuff. Pick one. I like these red ones a lot. They actually match that far terrain, if you notice, really well. Good question. Would you mind just leaving all of them and letting me pick one after you go? Oh, did you already leave? Oh, okay. Wait, you already left, didn't you? You are doing that. Okay, cool. That's what you're doing. I thought you were gonna have me pick one and then delete the others or something. So I was like, if I've got to pick right now, maybe just leave them all. But yeah, no, that's much better. It also allows me, honestly, I might do a bit of gradients with them, because like these redder ones would be really well used over here near the lava rocks, because of how lava rock has a bit of a reddish hue to it, and whenever it breaks down, it would tend to turn the sand around it into a more of a reddish hue. Maybe this one, because it's got the dark and the reddish. But yeah. Okay, cool. So I am going to ungroup them. I didn't know eroded terrain even, like, this is texturable? How did they not, like, I don't know. I guess it's regular terrain, but then it's got this extra texture layer on it that has the different layers, right? And then you can change, like, yeah, this is what I do now. I save a color reference so I know that that tones, what tones to use, like what people do on Photoshop or whatever. Nice. Like, the terrain, that like eroded layers is just really cool. Okay, so where are we putting these? Okay. I'm thinking that we want it to be, let's actually grab them all again. I'm gonna put them back, well, yeah, I'm gonna put them back in their prefab, duplicate them, and then break those out of the prefab to use. But for now, I'm going to bring this prefab down and compare it to the sand and things like that. Just scatter them everywhere. Yeah, basically just scatter them and see what comes out. So I just wanted to see what they look like in the sand. I'm really liking this middle one personally, because I want it to be, let's see. Let's also see what they look like in contrast over here. Obviously I need to keep my sand to make it look like muddy sand at the transition, but if I wanted to put one of these rocks like nearby, let's see. And then there's these eroded terrain rocks that I have used that are TI eroded terrain. That I don't think you can texture these, can you? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Eroded terrain E can't be textured, so I'm really liking the look of this one because it's got that brown undertone that matches with this one, or this one which has that sort of grayish brown undertone, so that whenever they are nearby these other rocks, they actually match close enough, you know what I mean? Like if I go bright red, it doesn't look like the same kind of rock, but if I go here, it looks like a similar style of rock, and so I could actually still take effect of both and make this darker red. Also looks really nice with that. And like I said, that one will go with the left with the lava. Let's see, second from the left is what I used on my desert scene. Yeah, this one. And then this one does look pretty good with that other rock. Like having both of them side by side would just be like, you know, would be pretty good. But not like literally inside of each other necessarily, but if much of this was one color and had a few rocks here and there like these, they're sort of like a different shade, that would work. I'd have to make some of them not have sand on them or something, but anyway, what it does is, what I'm trying to say is that it looks like it could just be a dustier version of the same rock, you know what I mean? Let's see. This one too. This one I like a lot. I think I might go with this one in the middle. Second one right is what I use on Emerald's entire backdrop. Nice. Yeah, he had a really cool one. Maybe I'm too stuck on having the rocks that have the inherited sand on them. I think they look really cool. But like your rock over here, for example, to replace these would be amazing, where we wouldn't have to have the sand on there necessarily. Okay. Let's see. Twitter cosplays. What is this? For reference, this will be his post. Okay. Yeah, this is like Mars. Oh, nice. That's a pretty cool environment. I am following him on Twitter, right? I am not. I need to do that. Okay, let's see. Alright. Okay, so I'm really liking this middle one because I want the terrain, because in yours, whenever you're making the scene, you want the terrain to be the visual, right? I don't know that I want that. I want the terrain to be more of a neutral. It's one of the reasons I was going with the sand. I want to be more of a neutral so that those key points like that are these highlighted environment portions. So I think I'm going to go with this one and this one on the end. And the reason I'm going to use this one on the end isn't near the lava rock area, is I'm going to make it like shift and become like that kind of effect. And what I'm probably going to do is make use of the fact that these have this sort of layered effect and make it shift into it as it goes down, like it's layers of earth, you know what I mean? Like a actually, Aaron, I think I'm going to use all of them. Let me explain. I am going to go full-blown, what do you call it? Earth layer. I am going to have the layers of terrain as you go up. Good tip with eroded terrain is that the smaller you go, the more detail you get. Okay. I will be sure to do that. I think I might, like, basically don't go too much higher than this if I'm going to go large. And then keep some smaller ones for better detail. So, with environments, right, you've got a situation where you've got multiple different layered, you know, like, let's say like this, right? You've got layered rock, right? Where you can judge how deep, how far back in time you're going here. And by using your layers and combining them, I can create, like, okay, well, you've got, that's the freshest, newest layer, but down here, it's been dug out, and it's now down to this layer, you know what I mean? Don't scale these up massive, unless it's fog masked. See how much better that looks. A good tip with the road terrain is that the smaller you go, yeah. Okay, so put a fog mask on there and see how that looks. I'll try and do that. But look how nice this looks at this transition here. Like, just mixing these two textures. And then this one feels like it's covered in sand a little bit more, so it fits a little bit better up here. And I can make this be potentially like the highest terrain piece. And that way I can keep my sand on these as like that's the highest what is that called? Geological layering. Geological layers. At the highest geological layer, I'll use this gray so that I can use this inherited terrain. And at the lower geological terrain, I'll use those. And at the absolute lowest, I could theoretically use... Oh, this is the lava one. Well, I like the lava one at the here, in that transition there. I could theoretically do a more subtle transition between the two by grabbing your middle ground one in between. Don't use the TI on your maps, because 343 will patch it to its default swatch values. Ah, that's no good. So like if I did something like this, right? I know you said don't scale it too much. I'm not trying to scale it too much. I'm just trying to scale it a little bit. And I did something like this, then it becomes a very cool... Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that a whole lot, and a heck of a lot more than I like the original terrain that was inheriting. Like that instantly elevates it in my opinion. And then the actual ground layer all the way down. Like, it'd be interesting if it comes all the way down to here. But I'd have like actual sand down here, so I could theoretically have the sand coming out of that and have like sand dunes down to here. Let's see. And I like how the way that the rock is, it's like these shades, these lighter shades are those shades, and then these lighter shades are these shades, so it really does feel like geological layering, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, okay, so this would be good. I'm just sitting here talking about it now instead of actually doing it. Let's go ahead and copy it out. I'm just trying to figure out how far down I want it to go versus how far up. And I think what I want to do is use this for my boxed canyon to give an example. To show, I mean, just as an explanation of what I'm planning to do is use this for my boxed canyon. Let's see, let's go here. Kind of look. And block out my terrain with the slopes. Like this, you can think of this as like the floor that you'll be driving on. So I might like have it go up like that, but then like you'll drive up onto this sort of ramp. I want to go ahead and do something like this. See, that's got a lot of layering right there. That's going to make it very difficult to drive up. Let's see if we can find a smoother transition real quick, just to see. And if not, then we will have to make one by you know, adjusting things height-wise. Just for this mechanical part. I know you're not supposed to be all like, well, that's not what I meant to do. You're not supposed to be all, I'm not trying to be all like overly precise with too many of these. I'm just trying to get this ramp right first to sort of block it out. And then we'll go into a more, let's see, into more like wild freeform placement of things that actually like makes sense. You know what I mean? For example, I really like this. Let's go there so we can see our layers on the edge. No, not there. Let's see. Just sort of, this is blocking it out, and then we're gonna art it by doing more of these in different ways. But I just want to get this sort of slope here. What am I in? I put myself inside of a block. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is going to create like a sort of slope on this side that you can go up on, and then a slope back here that you can drive up on, is the idea. Just going to get ourselves a couple of these and put ourselves a bit of a sharp ledge right there, which will be a little more interesting than just a straight, you know, connection. Okay, this is messing up my texture lines a little bit. Kind of like the idea of seeing if I can get one of those cracks to line up with one of these cracks just right to make it feel like we're looking at the same rock. Doesn't need to, but if I can, then that'd be fantastic. Like that. Maybe. And then it has a little gap here where you can get up, but it's a little bit rougher terrain to go. Oh boy. Okay, scale this up too much and you have what looks like a collision box. Oof. Okay, so that's where you fill in that area because it's a playable space with with smaller rocks, so that you don't have too much of that going on. I did obviously not. Oh, let me prefab it and then duplicate it and unprefab that. I got rid of my original base rocks, so let's go ahead down here and get this in here. We want to have a sort of a rock right there that will hide that, because some of this collision is fine. Like, this is okay that it's got a smoothness there to an extent, but obviously we want a little bit more, you know, a little bit more nuance to our collision box than that. I wonder. You know what I should do here? Maybe really cool here. Actually, I am going to scale this up a bit. I think I didn't duplicate it, so I'm going to do that again. But anyway, and make it kind of go up there. You can see where it's kind of like the layering is sort of rising there and then going back down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab, and this time I'm actually just going to duplicate it, the next one up, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put, to unify these, a slightly scaled, additional layer here. We're going to go up from there just a bit. I think I need to go a little bit into the ground there and let it sort of clip in. And like it, whenever it was dug out, right? Whenever this area was dug out, there was a bit that was sort of left behind right here. And do our geological layering here. And we can make it look a little bit more interesting than that by adding more of them to the left and right, so it's not just a single column, because that looks a little strange. But it will look better whenever it's sort of sloping down into the ground. So, to pull that off, I can either stretch it or add more rocks, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of both. Go like that, and then maybe go a little bit into the ground and tilted, like the layering is coming down from there. Right? And then another one over here. And we're going to go a little bit into the ground as well. And tilted to give it a sort of slope. And we're going to try and make this actually look good. Then we're going to put the smaller rocks into that on the edge to get our terrain layering. Because again, this is the... Okay, let's see. Don't use TR on your maps because they're... Okay, I would also suggest going into Oasis and color matching your sand. Like not using TII at all, and just going into Oasis and sort of matching that one. I agree that would be cool, but I also am intending on using that terrain as just about flat. Like I was planning on making dunes and stuff out there that would just translate this out to the edge, but I was kind of trying to make this be like a center fold. So that is a good idea, but now I want to bring this down real thin, right? And then put some, you know, layering here in my shape, and then do a little bit of that down here as well. I didn't keep the original of this one, so I gotta kind of do it this way. Bring this down. And the lower down you are, the more it's been crushed, so the less of this is going to happen. However, there would be a little bit of this. And I think what I want to do is actually flip it over and make it like a little dugout rather than a, you see what I mean? Like something more along these lines where it's like a dugout kind of area rather than a, so I need to think in terms of the environment and also the play space. So there's like a little area you could theoretically hide from a warthog that's raging up there, for example. And then also a little bit of an interesting jump angle you can do to get around here. Now I am realizing that I'm doing this all on the wrong side of the map because there's going to be a building there. And I should be building this on the opposite side of the map and then copying to this side. So all of this I'm just going to grab and then drag it on over to the other side of the map. And use the other side of the map as my actual guide. And my music just stopped right as we went into flood music. You have more control over your own sand than canvas default. I agree, but then it doesn't look as good at the transitions, so it's hard to say which one is officially, like, really better in the end. But I do, like, basically where these seams are nearly seamless without even trying. Like, I wasn't even trying with these seams. I just plopped them in, you know? Mainly with the ground, it's got a seam where, like, the rock just sort of ends, and it's really weird looking. And I kind of hate it. Like, did they even really mean to put this stone here? Because, like, on the base ground level, they've got this a sort of thing, but it's, like, just this different color shade of sand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is it inheriting this rock at these heights? This shouldn't even inherit that. That should be, like, a full cliffside, you know what I mean? Like, this should be flat. Hey, this is a flat thing. Like, there's something wrong here. And if they fix that, then this map will look great with, combination of all these things. I'm going to copy it so I don't destroy it completely in case I end up needing to come back to it. Man, that already looks like a little bit of, like, look at that. It already looks better as far as, like, terrains are concerned. So yeah, let's go over here and block it out on this side. I should not have adjusted height because now I've got to figure out how tall it was and yeah, figure out where it was going to be. Okay, so basically this is well off. Did it duplicate twice? Like, what's this stuff? What happened over here? Yeah, I think it duplicated it twice whenever I duplicated it. Okay, well, that's weird. But anyway, so it's a little off to the side and a little bit recessed back. Okay, so it's recessed back behind here, and it's off to the side from the thing. So that rock is falling right inside that building if I put it in the same spot. So I don't think I want to put it in the same spot. And I'm probably going to rebuild the layout of that other side of the map completely. But it was definitely above this sand dune, because it was not clipping through there. Yeah. So this rock doesn't seem like it's going to work out where it is, but I'll move it. I'll just rearrange it a bit. I might even be able to just bring this over here and make this into this area instead. Yeah, looks pretty good. I liked the idea of sand pouring down into here, so I might have to set up a nice sandy dune thing pouring down to the middle. But yeah, that's my daughter, by the way. I missed a comment. What'd you say? Okay, I would also suggest going into Oasis. See, these rocks are somewhat color matched to Oasis. Okay, you'll have more control over your own sand than canvas default. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I might want to do that. It definitely would in the end look a lot better. This kind of block out sand was working for block out, but you're right. It probably is best to do that. And it wasn't even allowing me to really block it out because I wasn't using what I'm going to be using in the end, which is this stuff. So I guess it didn't really block it out all that well. It just gave an idea of a block out, gave a hint of a block out while I was building the rest. You know what it did? It did help with the block out, but it helped me block out the buildings, not the actual terrain. Blocked out where the buildings are located. These are all going to be deleted eventually, probably. I'm just putting off deleting them, basically. What's up? Can I make what? Stream a little faster? Oh, can I make my stream a little faster? Yeah, no, it's about 1 o'clock. We gotta head out if we're gonna make it before they close, so I've gotta get out. I gotta get going. You're right. My daughter just came in here and said, "Can you make your stream a little faster?" In a very adorable voice. So, I think she might be right, and I might have to get going. Okay, so now this is gonna be a nice little... Well, that ramp didn't work all that well. Let's tilt it a little more. Oh, I've got a 45-degree angle on that. Okay, well, that's fine. That actually worked out pretty nicely. Okay, so this will be smooth and ramp up, and we'll be able to get a little higher. And it'll be nice to transition up onto this height of eroded terrain. Let's see. It was very cute, yeah. Ripshade said. Yeah. Let's see. I need to figure out, I have it set to, theoretically, supposedly, you followed all of the instructions to set it up to where y'all's chat will actually show up on the stream. Like it's supposed to be where the those tools in the top right corner are. It's supposed to be right there. So like people should be able to see what y'all are saying, where I don't have to read every single thing myself for people to see. But of course YouTube records all that anyway, so it's not a big deal. But it's just seems a little off in timing whenever it's on playback. You know what I mean? But yeah. Will you go live later tonight, possibly, since you weren't able to do much today on the map, or tomorrow? I might be, yeah. I'll have to figure that out. Let's see, now this, I need to slope up. Yeah, it's a thing. Finding time to be able to do it is a thing. It's a whole problem. But yeah, okay, that shouldn't be struggling so much to move. Why is it struggling so much to move there? I don't understand. Okay. Alright, and then that goes up, and that goes up. So this is going to be probably really fun to drive up on a Warthog. Let me try that. Let me try a Warthog on this thing, and then we'll head out. Because I need to get, like I said, need to get going. Warthog is the most important one. All the other vehicles can feel janky going up a hill because that's how they're supposed to feel. They hover and all that other stuff. They bounce really weird and stuff like that. But the Warthog needs to be the all-terrain vehicle, you know what I mean? Boom, boom. Here we go. Okay, that's a little bit of a sharp hill. But let's try a different section of that hill. I just hit the hardest parts to see how that felt. Alright, so you come up here, and that's a little bit nicer, but that middle part is a little bit, yeah. If I can go live later, I'll let everybody know in the Discord, and I'll do that. But otherwise, I'll just try to figure that out. Boom, yeah, that's not too bad in the middle there. If I put another little rock there to smooth it out, that's like that'll be a smaller one, not so scaled up. This is really good for like the basic terrain, but and it feels really nice whenever you're flying and looking at it from above. That shadow, of course, hitting right on top of it is a little odd for showing it off right this second. But whenever all of it feels that good, it's going to be great. But yeah, obviously I think the not baked lighting is making it not permanently mark on those or something. But anyway, yeah, so that's looking great. That's a good start. I know that we didn't get a lot done on this or the other map because of the issue we were having with the lighting and stuff and adjusting the lighting and then trying to get that Oni emblem on there and all that stuff took a long time. But you know, what can we do? Anyway, sorry about that. But we will get to we'll do some more tomorrow, and I will do some more off stream. I'm gonna probably go over and fix that Oni emblem off stream. Ripshade, you can go in and start blocking out the underground. Unless, again, like I said, if you wanted me to give you an idea of what I was thinking of where direct routes would be, like I could put arrows down there and be like, I want to be able to go this direction. But like, you don't have to make it like a straight line. You could put like stuff in the way and make it like a meandering line if you need to, if you feel like that would work better as the block out, like while you're blocking it out, and stuff like that. But you know, if you want to, you can hop into it today and start blocking it out, and I'll let you know, and then I can go in and let you know, whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, anyway.